coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Uno, no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, it's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 44, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And for Stephon Diggs, you know, people were wondering if his future in Minnesota might be a little uncertain, but he looked right at home in Week 6 against the Eagles. 167 yards, 3 touchdowns in that ballgame. He was huge. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Cousins now to throw on first down. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. They'll run with Cook. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Cousins to throw it. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Throwing, Cousins. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Bailey's kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. That's complete to Sanders. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Here's Lindsey, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second and 11 now. Flacco, he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 right at the 40. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. On first down, right back to Lindsey. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Vikings 24-yard line.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Now Flacco. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And McManus able to put it through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me.
I know you like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand. And a really good backhand.
Get some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Flacco. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, we got a second. Let's look ahead to Week 7 and what's on the slate. Things start out Thursday night. Kansas City at Denver, divisional battle.
Suddenly an interesting game. Kansas City having lost their last 2, and Denver now playing defense as we expected. But how about the NFL 100 game of the week? Oakland at Green Bay, a rematch of Super Bowl II.
Also have New Orleans at Chicago and Philly visiting Dallas on Sunday night.
That is a huge one in the NFC East.
Yeah, both teams 3-3. The winner will have the lead in that division. On 2nd and 7, Cousins going deep for Diggs. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. To throw, Cousins, and he'll find Thielen on the right side. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
On 1st down, Cook. Mike Purcell with the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Going for the deep ball. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Hey, tight. Alert flare,
Red. They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on 1st down? He's got this complete to Hamilton. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
We got it. He's crashing.
Lock it. Hey, Monday. Hey, high 7.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Flacco on the give to Lindsey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. The kick by McManus is good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this 2nd half. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jake Butt, 43 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Cousins. It's complete. Abdullah. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Dancing to his left. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
3rd and long for Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Check, check, check.
Protein spill.
1st and 10 at the 6.
They run again on first down. Cook. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A gain of a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. That'll be complete to Cook, and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They run. Abdullah. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10.
Broncos 13, Vikings 10. Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. Spins past him, wiggles free, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up fourth down. They do snap it. Flacco now. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Lynn 50, Lynn 50. General West.
Cousins gives way to Cook, and he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. To throw is Cousins. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 14. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph there to make the grab. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Bailey got the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Yeah, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Flacco. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Back to throw. He'll find Lindsey here. And some room to work. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsey, 26 yards. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Cousins to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Flacco. Screen pass to Lindsey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
1-8.
54. Watch the run. They're running.
On 1st down, it's Lindsey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Another run by Lindsey. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, Monday. We got double up. 80 weapons. Hey, Monday.
Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed two, he got one, and that's going to leave him with fourth down and a yard. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more that came from.
So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.